On Live with Kelly and Mark, their show, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos frequently discuss their united front. Their relationship is a common topic of conversation when they are daytime co-hosts. Ripa and Consuelos spoke about how routine modification has helped their friendship since 1996 during the program on April 14th. They have been married for a long time. Golf has completely consumed my life. Tensuel made an on-air comment while observing the Masters. I appreciate you letting me watch 16 hours of golf over the course of 4 days. Uncomplainingly, Kelly. Ripa was unconcerned that her husband was preoccupied with the Augusta National competition. Claiming to be busy with her own life, the mother of three made a joke. Along with Cameron Matt, who they had worked with on All My Children, the two talked about the Yulee golf tournament on the show. A developing interest in golf had a positive impact on Consuelos' marriage, according to Ripa. With a laugh, Consuelos said, "She claims that you'll be away for 5 hours. Here you go." They just relocated from 7 Lincoln Square, Liv's longtime home, to 7 Hudson Square, where the co-hosts now reside. Those original studio spots supposedly rescued Ripa and Consuelos' romance. Prior to their 1996 Mother's Day performance on Live with Regis and Kathy Lee, they had broken up. "We tried to bail, but in the end, we showed up on set nevertheless." Thanks to Ripa, the audience was kept updated. Consuelos apparently thought ending the relationship was the worst decision he had ever done. "The day after pledging to stay with me forever, he proposed, and we took a private aircraft to Sin City. Everything else is anecdotal." Hey there, dear Kelly. Not as a fictional celebrity couple, but as two working professionals whose relationship has evolved and grown, Ripa and Mark Consuelos have kept themselves in the spotlight throughout their marriage. As is common for couples when they're not on camera together, Kelly and Mark discuss their own interests in the April 14th episode of Live with Kelly and Mark. They have a newfound love for golf and the freedom to play it, which has surprisingly made their long-term marriage smoother and more happy. At first, it's a charming tale. After spending hours watching the Masters, Mark flashed a smile and announced he was firmly hooked on golf. Kelly cleverly responded by saying she was okay and occupied with her own life. Experts in healthy relationships agree that this is a good idea, and it goes beyond just banter. Making time for individual hobbies helps strengthen partnerships. We will examine in greater detail how a hobby or small change in routine can significantly affect communication, tranquility, and closeness. From their days as soap opera co-stars to their marriage, which was the subject of public scrutiny, their minor breakup, and their subsequent successful careers, we will follow Ripa and Consuelo as they navigate the ups and downs of their relationship. If you've ever wondered how some couples manage to keep their relationships intact while being in the limelight, their story is a great place to start. The episode started out as a casual chat. Conversations on the hosts' commonalities and interests sprang out of nowhere when a former coworker, Cameron Matt, reconnected with them. Mark admitted his golfing flaws with an assured successor. "I don't think anyone would object if I watched 16 hours of golf over 4 days, he joked, although he did thank Kelly for letting him watch the Masters. Kelly provided an efficient and succinct response. Being busy with her own issues, she didn't mind. As a mini lesson mentoring relationship maintenance, their conversation was lighthearted, honest, and full of love. Make space. Allow your partner to enjoy themselves without feeling guilty, and don't use time as a weapon. Also, keep in mind that this is a very public conversation. The daytime talk show hosts, Ripa and Consuelos, are well known for being open and honest about their families. Many viewers can connect to the public presentation of regular relationship dynamics when it airs on national television. Assembling a team and talk shows and repartee are inseparable. When seen through the lens of a marriage, even an apparently insignificant event, like taking up a new hobby, could have far-reaching consequences. The mid-1990s saw the beginning of Ripa and Consuelo's collaboration on All My Children. After a brief romance blossomed into a committed commitment, they tied the knot in 1996. Their marriage has stood the test of time, rather than being renowned for its flash. In 2003, Michael was born, Lola in 2001, and we were born in 1997. They have all been through job changes and the unique difficulties of having a spouse who works in television. From their early days as young lovers, their interaction transformed into that of partners navigating the demands of fame, family, and professional success. Crucially, they were also hit with chaos. At the beginning of their careers, they had a short split, A lot of people have told the sweet story of how they met again and then got married in Las Vegas. As they go through different stages of development, reconcile, and reaffirm their vows, their link becomes increasingly important to the story. Early on, they realize that physical separation and the passage of time both help one to see things more clearly. A common piece of advice from counselors is for couples to keep up their connections, interests, and activities while still being themselves. The bond between partners can be reinvigorated when they discover individual sources of happiness. This is effective for a variety of psychological reasons. Independent choice. Being self-reliant keeps them from relying too much on their partner and losing their self-esteem. Keeping one's unique identity increases resilience and decreases the likelihood of experiencing suffocation. Sparkling conversations and new concepts. Diverse interests outside of work provide for interesting conversation starters. And chance for connection, not conflict, arises when a spouse who plays golf returns from a game with a story about a funny group or a swing fix. Pleasure is enhanced. Claims like, "you always do that," while discussing a partner's free time might damage goodwill. Resentment is less common when partners in a marriage understand and support one another's passions. Having friends and acquaintances outside of one's loved spouse is a typical objective of social hobbies. As a result, they may feel more emotionally supported and less dependent on any one relationship for happiness. Both of these admirable traits were on full display when Mark and Kelly took up golf. As a result of backing the other's goals, one spouse will not feel bad about it. When it comes to them leaving Liv's permanent base, the two also talked about the story that connects the old and new locations of 7 Lincoln Square and 7 Hudson Square. During a Mother's Day special on Live with Regis and Kathy Lee in 1996, the two spoke up about how that first studio was a turning point in their lives when asked to participate. In front of the audience, they had revealed more profound feelings. They thought back on their breakup from earlier this year. Destiny and the limelight brought them back together despite their attempts to evade the TV gig. Mark claims that looking back, the experience was illuminating and helped him understand that breaking up was a mistake. They famously tied the knot in Sin City not long after he proposed. For better or worse, their paths intersected again at the studio. Another fact is brought out by this piece. Public rituals and shared workspaces have the potential to spur or stifle progress. Their professional and personal lives have often overlapped, and this overlap has occasionally led to beneficial developments. In their marriage, Ripa and Consuelos have always prioritized their respective careers and the responsibilities of parenting. They both have daily TV spots that require significant preparation due to early morning rehearsals and tight agendas. The immediate nature of the platform's findings makes parenting teenagers and young adults a challenging task. Golf and other pastimes are unrelated to this. Watching a tournament or going for a round on the golf course is a certain way to unwind. Assuming everything is in order, it provides a relaxing getaway without interfering with childcare. After a long day or public trial, it provides a psychological reset by allowing you to rest without having to worry about elaborate preparations. This way of life is critical for a lot of unions. An occasional hobby like reading, gardening, or tennis isn't usually a sign of disengagement from a relationship. The emotional funds are typically what people put their money into to keep it running. These little breaks are rejuvenating for professionals whose professions require them to express their emotions frequently. Mark thanked Kelly for letting him watch hours of golf during their discussion on April 14. At first glance, it may appear to be a joke, but it actually has significant linguistic and relational implications. The fact that the expression suggests leaving rather than remaining indicates that the couple is secure and confident in their relationship. When partners in a relationship are at ease allowing each other to pursue happiness, many positive dynamics emerge. Trust between people. The lovers hope that by returning to their pastime, they will be able to connect emotionally with one another again, instead of avoiding each other. Sincere generosity. A caring deed that becomes more meaningful with time is allowing the partner to enjoy themselves. Little drama. There is a complete absence of command and control. A game or hobby may take on more significance when little decisions are made amicably. The pair became close because to their lighthearted flirting. There is no danger in anyone's happiness. They're complements. Hosting with a spouse does have its advantages and disadvantages. In business, having a partner who sees patterns and can respond to your comedic timing is a distinct advantage. Viewers adore the chemistry that keeps a marriage on screen. When two people are that close while playing tricks, it makes a difference. Love. as they brave the potentially dangerous seas of the empty nest. This nuanced blend of devotion and comedy will be their greatest asset. Taking care of Michael, Lola, and Joaquin was the sine qua non of the Consuelos Riapa household for many years. Running errands and making lunches were the order of the day in the mornings. Nights are a mishmash of wrestling matches and homework. A sense of calm has settled over the Upper East Side residents as Michael has begun to establish himself as a producer. Lola has gone on a music career in London, and Waken has completed his studies at the University of Michigan. Golf and other pastimes help the couple pass the time and divert their attention away from the abrupt loss of their children. Many long-term couples have a make-or-break-it moment when they face the prospect of an empty home. According to psychologists, partners are left staring into each other's eyes without the protective shield of children to divert their attention. This stage has come at a time when Mark and Kelly's professional lives are more interdependent than they have ever been. Mark made a strategic decision beyond furthering his career when he succeeded Ryan Sears as co-host. The pair spent virtually all 24 hours of the day together after making a drastic change to their lifestyle. Taking in the Masters for 4 days isn't a mere pastime for Mark in this environment. A psychological barrier is essential.